I was always fighting over simple, stupid. Well, that's what you did. You either played football in the street, cricket in the street, or you was fighting in the street. It was King's Cross. It was very poor. Very few people had a front door. That would be chopped down and used for fuel for the fire in the winter if the landlord was stupid enough to put one on. The windows all rattled. If the glass broke, you stuck a bit of cardboard in. If you had a hole in your shoe, you put a bit of cardboard in that. Everything was patched up. We didn't think of ourselves as a slum. We probably never heard of the term. But that's what it was. My dad used to, he was a plumber and he had a big blow lamp. And every weekend he used to go round with the blow lamp, round the floorboards, round the wooden beds, burning all the bugs and lice. My mum would give us, she'd have what she called a bottle of carbolic liquid, and she would rub that into our hair, and then she had a fine tooth comb. Some people, the families just used to shave the hair of their kids so that there was nowhere for the lice to live. Well, I happen to belong to a little gang called the Wakefield Street Gang because that's where I lived. I was always fighting over simple, stupid. Well, that's what you did. You either played football in the street, cricket in the street, or you was fighting in the street. It was my birthday and I was out of work. Walked down Drury Lane and then on crossover into Trafalgar Square, and I make me down Whitehall. And it's about 10 to 11, so I decide I'm going to go and watch them change the guard in Whitehall, all the horses and stuff like that. And this bloke tapped me on the shoulder like that, see? Big bloke, and I looked round and he had this uniform on, big red coat, big red band, medals, God knows what, he had a lot. And he suggested, he said, well, you want to come and have a cup of tea, son, and a bun in a dry. So I thought, well, that's all right, because I hadn't had no breakfast. So I thought, well, that's a good idea, you know. I think, oh, yeah, I'll have a cup of tea and a bun. So he says, follow me. So I followed him across the road, across Whitehall, into Scotland Yard. And he said, go and see those two blokes. He's pointed two blokes out who was sitting at the desk. And he disappeared, along with a cup of tea. And then they asked me all sorts of questions, like where I'm born, what's my name, where do I live, how old I am, are you sure? Yeah. Then they said, to go and see those two blokes with the white coats on. So I did as I was told. And then they stripped me off, boom, 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 bend down, cough, and that's it. And the next thing is I'm at another desk, and the bloke's writing out a railway warrant to Winchester the next morning. A shilling he handed over, yeah. 12 pence, a shilling. And because that was, you know, a shilling was, you only got 10 bob a week for a week's work. And I'm in the army, and it didn't take 10 minutes. You get down to Winchester, and then you've got this Sergeant marched in. The first thing you do, they give you a meal, then they march you to the showers, and you have a shower. Then there's a bloke there who cuts your hair, and then there's a doctor who examines you, and then you go in another room where they've got all the kit laid out. And when you come out of that room, you're a soldier. But no, you go in and you're surrounded by blokes you've never known before, and you size them all up. You're taught at the start you can't survive on your own, because you're not an individual any longer. This is the main thing. You're part of a very, very close-knit team who rely on their togetherness to survive. Well, my life was regulated from then. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I had to do what I was told. You looked at the detail board every morning, you knew what you was on. All you had to do was to do it. Then when you finished it, that's it. Oh, it's a change, all right, yeah, for the better. Thing about the army, I had 3 meals a day, and all my clothes were new. If the boots were worn, I could take them to the snobs and he'd repair them for nothing. All I had to do was to obey orders. Oh, haven't you grown? Oh, you do look well. I want you to go round to Aunt Judy. Go round to Aunt Maisie's tomorrow, so let her see your nice new uniform. I want you to take me to church on Sunday, show off your nice new uniform. All mothers are proud of their sons. You find a lot of these regiments that are raised and rely on their intake from these big cities, where all these this rough life is. They are different than the country regiments and the Guards. They are different, there's no two ways about it. And I think it's all due to the sort of life that they had led. It's the London days when your street gang. You trust the members in your street gang. The Germans were in a far more superior position, had better weapons, better trained and everything, but we could hold them, and the people of London could stand up to the bombing. I think they produced a society we could stand up to anything.